Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury wasn't just any Dragon Ball game. It may not look like it due to the title, but it was the final piece of the beloved Legacy of Goku trilogy on the Game Boy Advance. They took everything great about the Legacy of Goku II and tried to crank it up. I mean, this game had everything. There's a fusion dance minigame, there's even a tense final battle where you have to mash buttons to push the Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu. Did I mention you can vaporize cartoon mummies with a Kamehameha from Super Saiyan 3 Goku? And yeah, there's a full-blown volcano fight with Brawly. It's insane. Today, Boost Fury is harder to find than either of the first two games. It's rare, expensive, and kind of a hidden gem. So let's dust off Nintendo's little 16-bit powerhouse and find out if this final chapter still holds up, or if nostalgia's been hitting the gravity chamber. When you first boot up the game, you start off as Goku in the other world, immediately following the defeat of Cell in the Legacy of Goku II, and right away, something jumps off the screen. The pixel art has been refined yet again, delivering the best looking entry in the trilogy. Goku's sprite is completely redone, bulkier, more detailed, and way closer to his anime proportions. In Snake Way, it looks miles better than the flat, empty version we got back in the very first game. The environments have depth, the colors pop, and everything just feels like a proper evolution of the series' art style, with a whole lot more of that classic Dragon Ball Z charm. It genuinely feels like this is the version of Dragon Ball the developers were aiming for from the very beginning. It just took a few iterations, a lot of polish, and plenty of lessons learned to finally get here. The feeling of being Goku and getting immersed in the world of Dragon Ball hits you right out of the gate with this one. It's immediate and incredibly nostalgic. From the visuals, to the music, to the little details in the world, everything pulls you in and reminds you why this series mattered so much to so many of us growing up. Now the story of this game, it covers the last third of the Dragon Ball Z saga. You start off as Goku in the Otherworld tournament, and from there, you'll hit up all the major sites from the Buu saga: Majin Buu, Babidi, Deborah, Fusion, Super Saiyan 3, the whole deal. All the way to the final battle where Goku and Vegeta team up to take down Kid Buu once and for all. The game doesn't waste much time. It jumps from beat to beat, and while that keeps the pace brisk, it can also make things feel a little overwhelming if you're not already familiar with the anime. There's not a ton of time for character development or emotional build-up. This game expects you to know who these people are and why everything matters. Still, if you're a DBZ fan, and let's be honest, you probably are, that tight focus works in the game's favor. You get to experience the big moments firsthand. Majin Vegeta's sacrifice, the fusion dance, the return of Gohan in his ultimate form, and the Spirit Bomb finale. It doesn't always pause to explain things, but it doesn't really need to. You're living it. There are even a few unexpected detours that actually work surprisingly well, like the mini arc where Goten and Trunks travel the world to find the Dragon Balls. It slows the action down in a good way, letting you explore new areas like ninja hideouts, mummy-infested tombs, and high-tech fortresses. It's one of the few moments where the game feels like it's letting you breathe and just enjoy the adventure. There's also scenes that expand on the story between major beats. There's moments where Goku gets to check out the Grand Kai's planet and take on some low-level fighters, and it even gives you some time with Gohan as the Great Saiyaman while he's in high school. And moments like that are where Boost Fury shines, not in its cutscenes or writing, but in those chances to step into the world of Dragon Ball Z and actually play out the story instead of just watching it. When it comes to gameplay, Boost Fury builds on everything that made Legacy of Goku II such a leap forward, and then adds a few new layers to make it feel more like a true action RPG, though there were a few things not as tight as the second game. You're still getting that top-down real-time combat, but it's smoother this time. Hitboxes are better, animations are more polished, and movement feels snappier overall. Every punch, energy blast, and transformation just feels better. There's a clear effort here to evolve the mechanics while still maintaining the true feel of what made the previous game so fun. You'll find the familiar character gates from the Legacy of Goku II scattered around the world again, which will incentivize leveling all of the playable characters up so that you can fully explore the map and see all there is to see. One of the biggest new additions is the stat system. Every time you level up, you get points to assign to strength, power, or endurance, giving you real control over how each character plays. If you want to do a tanky Goku who shrugs off hits, go for it. If you want to crank Vegeta's energy blast and just rain destruction from afar, you can do that too. It adds a nice layer of customization that wasn't there before. Now, Super Saiyan transformations also got an upgrade. Instead of draining your regular energy bar, they now use their own transformation gauge. That means you can stay in your powered up form longer without sacrificing your ability to fire off energy attacks. It's a smart tweak that helps you feel powerful and strategic. Energy attacks themselves can also level up now, unlocking stronger versions with new effects. Goku's instant transmission goes from a flashy teleport punch to a multi-target crowd destroyer. It's incredibly satisfying to see your favorite characters grow stronger, not just by the numbers, but through their actual gameplay. There's also now a new gear system for equipment. You can find armbands, boots, accessories, and while the game's not exactly stingy with XP or money, it's still cool to tailor your loadout or use certain items to boost your leveling speed, and the fact that switching equipment between characters is seamless, that's just good design. And yes, it can be easy. If you invest heavily in strength and grind even just a little bit, you'll probably breeze through most encounters in the game. But it also means the game doesn't put up frustrating roadblocks. It can respect your time, and it lets you enjoy the story and action without forcing you to stop and grind. Some people can find that it makes the game too easy, which is a valid complaint, and one reason that is usually brought up that the second game in the series is the peak. But it's clear that Webfoot wanted to give fans a more involved, more customizable Dragon Ball Z experience. And for the most part, I think they nailed it. Even if some of the systems could have used more balancing, there's no denying how satisfying it is to punch enemies and watch them explode into Zenny. Now let's talk about the music, because Boo's Fury, like its predecessor, absolutely delivers on the soundtrack. The Legacy of Goku series has always punched above its weight when it comes to music. Webfoot Technologies took the core melodies and themes from Dragon Ball Z's anime and reimagined them through the crunchy, gritty sound chip of the Game Boy Advance, and somehow it works. From the moment you hear the haunting, energetic track while running through Snake Way, or the tense build-up during boss fights, you know you're not just hearing the stock GBA music, you're hearing something crafted with care, tracks that sound like they belong in the DBZ universe, even if they're limited by 16-bit hardware. What's especially impressive is how well the music sets the tone. Peaceful overworld themes give you room to breathe during downtime, while dungeon and enemy areas hit with heavier bass and synths that really ramp up the tension. There's this distinct atmospheric quality to the music, not quite anime accurate, but still unmistakably Dragon Ball Z. And while the sound effects are about what you'd expect, punchy enough with satisfying key blast noises and transformation sounds, it's the music that sticks with you. If you've played this game as a kid, I guarantee at least one of these songs lives rent-free in your brain to this day. Is it CD quality? Of course not. It's a GBA cart. But within those limits, Boo's Fury sounds great. And it's another reason why this game, even with its flaws, feels like such a love letter to the Dragon Ball Z series. When Boo's Fury released in September of 2004, it landed with fairly positive reviews, but it didn't quite reach the same heights as Legacy of Goku II. Critics praised the improved visuals, expanded RPG elements, and faithful storytelling, but the consensus was clear. Balance issues held the game back from achieving the greatness fans hoped for, with some outlets even giving it as low as a 4 or 5 out of 10. Players loved the sprite art, they loved seeing their favorite moments from the anime brought to life, and they genuinely enjoyed feeling powerful as Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or battling Broly atop a volcano. But many critics pointed out that the difficulty, and more accurately the lack of difficulty, kept Boo's Fury from fully delivering on its potential. Over time, however, something interesting has happened. This game's reputation has quietly improved among Dragon Ball fans. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's because quality Dragon Ball Z games were relatively rare at the time, or maybe it's just because being a little overpowered in a Dragon Ball Z game feels strangely appropriate. Whatever the reason, today Boo's Fury has become something of a hidden gem for collectors and retro gaming enthusiasts alike. That shift in perspective has significantly increased its rarity and value. Try finding an authentic copy now, and you'll quickly realize it's both hard to track down and expensive to collect. Collectors are rediscovering the game and appreciating it as a unique part of the GBA's library, and Dragon Ball fans look back fondly on it as a charmingly, even if flawed, adaptation of their favorite anime moments. Ultimately, the game's legacy is defined by its status as a beloved curiosity. It's the third entry in a series that started rough, peaked in the middle, and finished unevenly, but still managed to capture the heart of the Dragon Ball series. In hindsight, Boost Fury might not be perfect, but it represents a sincere effort to evolve licensed games beyond cheap tie-ins, and for many of us, it remains a cherished part of our childhood memories. In the end, Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury is an imperfect but genuinely heart-filled conclusion to the beloved GBA trilogy. It builds on everything that Legacy of Goku II got right, polishes the visuals, deepens the mechanics, and captures some of the most memorable moments from the anime. Sure, it's not perfect. The difficulty curve is practically non-existent, and some RPG mechanics feel underdeveloped or not thought out as well as they should be. But looking past its flaws, there's still something undeniably charming here. From the sprite art to the music, from the fusions to the epic showdowns, this game embodies the joy and spectacle of Dragon Ball Z in a way few other licensed games of the era could. Today, going back and replaying Boost Fury feels like revisiting an old friend. It's comfortable, nostalgic, and effortlessly fun, even if it doesn't challenge you, and maybe that's enough. After all, a Dragon Ball Z game doesn't always need perfect balance. It just needs to make you feel like a Saiyan warrior with the fate of the world on your shoulders. And at that, Boost Fury succeeds wonderfully. Well, thanks for joining me on this journey back to one of my childhood favorites. Now I want to hear from you. Do you have a favorite memory of the Legacy of Goku trilogy? And what other forgotten gems do you think I should revisit next? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Well, I'll see you all next time.